So the big issue that I feel like really kind of solidified our relationship, mine and iSAFE's, was that during the transition regarding the ERP system, I just happened to discover that our backup had not been performed successfully, and I, to this day, I don't know how long it had been. We know it had been at least a week or two, and it could have been up to several months. So this happened on a Friday, of course, and I was very, very concerned because all of our data, like I mentioned, all of our data, all of our life is in that ERP system. And if we'd been hit by lightning or anything had happened, we would have lost all that data for who knows how long. And trying to recover that would have been, I can't even imagine what it would have taken for our employees, time, expense. Anyway, so I was very concerned. I reached out to the ERP system and I did not get the response that I was hoping for. Because I expected them to make that their top priority, making sure that we had a backup. And they seemed to be a little less worried about it than I was. It was a Friday, so I knew I had the whole weekend that something could happen. So when I reached out to iSAFE, their response was much better, way more what I expected. So Bob immediately started researching software and hardware that would be compatible with our system so that he could at least make sure our data was not going to be lost, that we could recover it. And it may still require work to get it into the system so that we could use it, but at least it was going to be there. So he was working in the background on that. And then Zach was available to me to help try to problem solve, to work with our ERP software company. He was very reassuring. He was available anytime I called immediately. He told me many times, and this was very, very helpful. He said, we know that your entire business is rolled up in this software. We understand that it is your shipping, your history, your finances, and we know it is your top priority. And right now that means it is our top priority. And that was very helpful to me to know that you all were partners with me, that you considered this just as important as I did. Yeah. And so he stayed with me. It was past the normal working hours until you found a solution and could say, okay, right now we have something available that's going to keep your data safe. It's not the ideal because we would want the ERP system to have that information in their system so we could just pull it back up. But at least I knew that we had it. Yes. So we were able to go through the weekend. And then on Monday, we had a little bit more time where I could find a few more people in that software company who made it a priority and got the backup working before we left on Monday. But to me, that was incredibly significant because I was able to tell that you all would be available for me. I considered this an emergency, and you really came through.